I'm so excited that you guys are joining me today because I truly believe that health starts inside of our gyms. And as gym owners and coaches, we have an incredible opportunity to empower health in our communities. Let's talk about how. We know it is undeniable the impact that nutrition coaching will have to help clients increase results, retention, and add a revenue stream. But what's not so obvious when you add a nutrition program is the intentional connection and deeper relationships that you can have with clients when you build it properly. When we're sitting down and talking with clients at least once a month to address nutrition, but also discussing stress management, sleep, support system, lifestyle, we're going to be able to help them in such a greater way. Because the truth is, we're not able to discuss all of those things in the couple minutes we have between classes. We want to be able to address those things and, most importantly, provide accountability between in person visits. Ultimately, we are all here because we've dedicated our lives to helping people empower health and helping people make health a way of life. We wanted to, pay it forward. Hopefully, we all have our own story that's inspired us to make a greater impact. And when we can combine nutrition coaching and accountability along with the fitness, we are able to make such a greater impact. So, today we're going to talk about how we do that. Nutrition is the missing piece of the puzzle in so many gyms, and I have a personal mission to empower as many gym owners as I can with some simple tools so that they can make nutrition a bigger part of their community. For those of you who I haven't had the opportunity to connect with in person, my name is Nicole Coyne, and I'm the founder of Healthy Steps Nutrition, which is the home of CrossFit, HSN, and HSN Mentoring. I started Healthy Steps Nutrition in 2012 as I was a dietitian in the hospital. I realized how broken the healthcare system was. It wasn't healthcare, it was sick care. It was a revolving door of people coming through, and I wasn't able to make the meaningful change that I wanted to. The reason why I became a dietitian to help people take control of their health. I wasn't able to do those things. So I started a side hustle called Healthy Steps Nutrition, and today it's been able to impact over 50,000 people worldwide, ultimately because a lot of the gym owners and coaches that have partnered with us, which is so incredible. I started working with CrossFit in 2015 and had the opportunity to travel to many CrossFit events, speak at the CrossFit Games. Ultimately, a lot of trial and error figuring out how to do this in a CrossFit gym, which is really the reason why we ended up opening up our CrossFit gym to use it as kind of a testing ground in 2016 so that we could figure out how to exactly combine the nutrition program that I've been running inside of a gym. So today, I'm going to teach you some of the things that I've learned along the way. But before we do that, I want to say that we have helped so many gym owners. And this is Rob Schwartz. He is a gym owner in Orlando, called me about this time a few years ago saying, "Hey, I'm planning to run a challenge in January, but my challenge ends and I never have a program and I really want to get something in place." And today, nutrition is over 30% of his revenue. He has an incredible nutrition team, but ultimately making such a great impact. And I want that for you too. When we can professionalize a nutrition coaching program, it opens up so many doors. Yes, of course, existing members can upgrade to nutrition, but I'm sure, hopefully, that you have an email list of people that might not be paying you yet. Maybe they live a little bit further away, or maybe they were past members and they stopped for whatever reason. Could you engage them with just nutrition? And for new people coming on board, can we get them started with nutrition and fitness? Absolutely. So, what are we going to do today? Well, today my promise to you is that you're going to walk away with at least one tip, probably more, to help you professionalize, build, launch, and grow a nutrition coaching program. We're going to talk about building nutrition memberships, a standalone membership, but then also a hybrid membership. So when someone comes in, they say they're looking to lose weight, get in shape, feel better. We're not selling them on a fitness membership and then having to resell them on a nutrition membership. We guide them to an option to get started with both. If you are planning to run a nutrition challenge in the new year, we're going to talk about how to take that challenge and build an ongoing coaching program. We're going to talk about how to find a good fit. If you have a nutrition coaching program right now and you have a nutrition coach and it's only one person, this is a piece of the puzzle that I want you to listen to because so many times I've heard gym owners put all of their eggs in one basket with one nutrition coach, and then the coach leaves for whatever reason, and then the program falls on their lap. They don't have the capacity to do it or the passion to do it, and it ends up dying out. And that's unfortunate because people really do need that help. Then we're going to talk about some simple strategies to increase engagement, which is going to be really fun. All right. Let's talk about this fitness pyramid. If you're a CrossFit affiliate, you've seen this. And if you're not, we can all agree that you can't out exercise a bad diet. Nutrition is the foundation of the fitness pyramid. The first 13 words of 100 words uh, of fitness by Greg Glassman. Yet most of us as gym owners skip right over this foundation and go right into the gym. I remember joining my first CrossFit gym in 2010, and I sat down for the free intro. He shows me this fitness pyramid and he's like, yep, nutrition's really important, gives me a handout. And then the rest of the time at the gym, it was all about the fitness. And that's unfortunate because most people's nutrition habits need so much work. We need so much help for the other 23 hours of the day that they are spending outside of your gym. And when you can combine these things, we're going to be able to really make the magic happen. So, the first thing that we need to agree on, or you need to come up with yourself, is your nutrition philosophy. So, there's so much mixed information out there about nutrition. People are overwhelmed because they don't know what diet is right for them. Should I do keto? Should I do macros? Should I have this shake? Should I do a shot? What should I do to help me lose weight, get in shape, all of those things? And ultimately, people are coming to you overwhelmed. We can't have a million different options for them. We need to have one simplified strategy to help them in how you coach people. Because if you have a million different options, they're going to be confused. They're not going to know which one to choose. Or if you have multiple coaches doing multiple different things, they're not going to be sure which one to do and they're not going to do anything. So you need to figure out what your nutrition philosophy is. If you're unsure what your nutrition philosophy is, I'm going to share Healthy Steps Nutrition, then we'll dive into the nutrition coaching and business side of this. At Healthy Steps Nutrition, I believe something as fundamental as nutrition shouldn't be complicated. We have to focus on a simple habit-based approach. But I know that helping people become the best and healthiest versions of themselves isn't just about nutrition, it's about all these other factors that are influencing nutrition decisions. And if I'm honest, it took me way too long to figure that out. From probably 2012 when I started Healthy Steps Nutrition until, gosh, 2016 was 4 years of really just prioritizing nutrition. But it wasn't until I started addressing sleep, stress management, support system, all of these other factors that we started making major headway when working with clients, as well as significantly increasing engagement. Why? Because I'm sure I can look at this wheel right now and think, man, there is something that I could use accountability and support with. And there's always something that our clients can use accountability and support with. And when we have this holistic wheel, they understand we can help them with more than one area. The truth is, if we're not addressing sleep, our clients are probably not getting enough sleep, which is increasing cortisol levels, increasing leptin, which is the hormone that, or decreasing leptin, the hormone that makes you satisfied, increasing ghrelin, which is the hormone that makes you hungry. Our clients are more stressed, less satisfied, and more hungry. And it's just not a good combination for having them get healthy and feel satisfied and full with the healthy foods that they should be eating. So we want to make it simple for them. We also want to help them connect the dots between what they eat, how they feel, how they sleep, how their energy levels are, how their mood is, because all of those things are connected. And when we can connect those things, it's going to help our clients see so much better results. So let's talk about specifically the nutrition component. We have 3 core principles at Healthy Steps Nutrition. Whole foods first. Why do I focus on whole foods first? Because most of the time, when people think about a diet, they think about all the foods they can't have. And when they start thinking about all the foods they can't have, they end up over consuming them because they have probably deprived themselves of them. Instead, let's talk about adding more whole foods in. When you look at the first 13 words of fitness by Greg Glassman, the founder of CrossFit, eat meats and vegetables, nuts and seeds, some fruit, little starch, minimal added sugar. Let's start by adding more whole foods in, the meats, the vegetables, the nuts and seeds. Let's eat more of those things. And naturally, we're going to cut down the ultra processed food and other things that are probably not giving us the energy that we need. We also want to focus on balance, pairing protein, carbs, and fats together. Why? Number one, when you pair protein with carbohydrates, it's going to help stabilize your blood sugar. It's going to help keep you full longer. And most people don't get enough protein throughout the day. So if they're having protein with every meal and snack, then they're going to be closer to that protein goal. And the third thing, which ultimately is the reason why I was so busy at the hospital, the overconsumption of ultra processed food and added sugar, which is one of the leading causes of chronic disease today. Once we add more whole foods in, focus on balance, and naturally we'll cut down some of the other stuff. But we have to address the elephant in the room. Most people have no idea how much sugar they're consuming and the hidden sources of sugar. And most people are addicted to sugar. So when we think about taking away some of that, we want them to understand why. When you look at the top 10 causes of death in the United States, 9 out of the top 10 are caused or worsened by elevated blood sugar. 9 out of the top 10. Like, think about that. Most people don't even know or get education on managing your blood sugar until they have diabetes. And then it's like medication and then a bunch of steps backwards. Instead, let's help them understand how to manage our blood sugar because ultimately that's going to keep our mood more stable, our energy more stable, and set us up for ultimate health. I've talked about a habit-based approach a couple times already, but why is a habit-based approach effective? Well, when we focus on one thing at a time, we're going to be 80% successful to maintain that one thing. Two things, less than 30%, three things, less than 5% success rate. Now, I'm sure we've all worked with people that have come to us that have said they've done crazy things, that they've changed a lot of things, more than three, and then they wonder why they weren't able to stick with it. I look at diets like 75 hard, where you're changing 75 things at one time and it's overwhelming. And most people end that 75 and then they go right back to old habits. Instead, focus on one thing. I like to think of it as like building blocks, right? You're just brick by brick building a solid, sturdy, steady house, steady lifestyle, so that when something comes and knocks you off track, you go back to the solid foundation of those healthy habits. Now, I've listened to a lot of people in the fitness space and gym owners. We talk about, okay, what's the key metric that we should be looking at? And I've listened to Dan from Push Press talk about the North Star metric should be check-ins, and we need to be counting check-ins for the gym. What's the North Star metric? What are we tracking for nutrition coaching? I would recommend that we're tracking, and that North Star metric is consistency of the habits. If your clients are going to be consistent, they're going to see results. We shouldn't put all of the emphasis on a number that we definitely can't 100% control. We can control being consistent with the habits. And if your clients are consistent, they're going to see results. So, how is your emphasis of your nutrition program looking? Are you emphasizing just the weigh in that they're doing, or are you emphasizing the things that they need to do to ultimately see the results? And if we emphasize the things that we're doing, if we're tracking consistency of habits, the outcomes are going to be so much better for our clients. Now, let's talk about our nutrition client journey. Before we do that, I want you to think about something. If I were to ask you, how do I get started at your gym? I bet you can confidently tell me exactly what I need to do to get started at your gym, how great your fitness classes are, and exactly what it's going to look like. And you're probably pretty confident about that. Are you the same level of confident when I ask about the nutrition coaching program? Can you tell me exactly how it works, what it looks like, how I can benefit from it, how I get started? For the people that are doing the sales conversations or coaches, are they that confident? Are they as confident talking about nutrition as they are your fitness program? Now, if someone reaches out to me, we literally had someone apply for coaching, not last night, but the night before at 11 o'clock yesterday morning. I sent him a message, asked him, hey, can we jump on a call? We jumped on a call yesterday morning and I asked him, hey, what are your goals? Tell me a little bit about what you're looking for. I'm looking to lose 35 pounds. Okay. Tell me a little bit more about your nutrition, your fitness. Come to find out he needs help with both nutrition, fitness, and obviously accountability. He ended up signing up for a package that included nutrition, fitness, and accountability because that was the option I guided him to. He wanted to lose weight. He's not doing anything with exercise and he needed help with nutrition. We ended up talking on the phone yesterday morning, and yesterday evening, I met him at the gym, and he said, I went to another gym, F45, down the street from us a few years ago. I've taken a break for a few years. I didn't go back to them because I knew I needed nutrition help. I knew I needed help with nutrition and fitness. That's why he chose our gym. Now, how did he know that we could help him? Well, you look on our website and it says that. You look at Google reviews and it says nutrition and fitness. It's really obvious. But I was really confident that we could help him with both, guided him to that option. When you have a solid front end offer that encompasses nutrition, fitness, and accountability, you guide people, they're going to get started with that because that's what they need the help with, right? They don't just need fitness. Especially for the majority of people, they're going to see better results if they have nutrition and they have that accountability. So, what does it look like for you? You need to think about your nutrition client journey. What does it look like when someone signs up? What's the value that you're providing when someone signs up initially and ongoing? What does it look like? For nutrition coaching packages and pricing, I would recommend an initial 3-month commitment for individual coaching. Why? People think they could sit down with you one time and this magic pep talk is going to happen, and then they're going to change their entire 50 years of habits from this magical pep talk. It's kind of similar, in my opinion, as like reading something online and then thinking that you're going to change. The value of a nutrition coaching program, what I found, is through the accountability and support between those in person visits. And ultimately, that's a ton of value that you can charge for too. It's not just sitting down one time. You're checking in with clients. If you build a program based on accountability, you check in with clients between those in-person visits, you're going to be able to charge a lot more for that program. I would recommend an initial 3-month commitment. At HSN HQ and for gyms that are partnered with us, we tier the program based on accountability and support. So someone that has more check-ins is going to pay more than someone that has less check-ins. For virtual clients or clients that are not members of our gym that are coming in just once a month, we do typically weekly calls with them as well, but they're paying more. For standard accountability for nutrition coaching, most gyms are paying, or most clients are paying about $199 per month. At HSN HQ, we charge $229 per month for 3 months, and then it goes down to $159 after that. Now that's just for nutrition. Now, when we combine nutrition with the fitness, we just take our nutrition membership and add it to the fitness, and then that creates the 12-week transformation package, which is the front end offer that we have. Now, that's for individual coaching. Some gyms will run a nutrition challenge. I think a challenge is a great way to kickstart a program, get people excited, get a lot of Google reviews, success stories. Running 1 to 2 challenges a year in-house is the most I would recommend running. Do challenges outside employee wellness. That's a great way to get into businesses and impact people outside of the walls of your gym. But running 1 to 2 challenges, ultimately, both of those things, an initial 3-month commitment or a challenge, we're moving people into an ongoing coaching rate. At HSN HQ, our average length of engagement for nutrition clients is about 18 months. That being said, we have clients that have been with us for 5 years doing nutrition coaching. There's nothing magical that happens in those sessions. We provide clients with a space to figure out what they're wanting, helping them navigate any barriers, creating a plan, asking them the right questions so they have a plan to achieve what they're wanting in regarding to their health and wellness goals. Between those sessions, we're providing them accountability and support each week. Now, a challenge is a great way to kickstart, but in order to build an ongoing coaching program, we need to have a clear path to continue after the challenge is over. I've made 1,000,001 mistakes running lots of different challenges over the years. And one of the main mistakes I did was I didn't talk about what happened after the challenge until the end of the challenge. Instead, build a challenge that has individual meetings at the beginning and at the end. Talk about this being the kickstart to their journey, and ongoing coaching is really where the magic happens. Make sure that you have a clear value between what is included with a challenge and what is included with individual ongoing coaching. Make it enticing for people to move right into ongoing coaching. So you've got an initial 12-week commitment. We have people go into an ongoing coaching rate that's a little bit less than the initial 12-week commitment. At HSN HQ, $159 per month is our ongoing coaching rate. Then if we're running a challenge, we want it to be more than that ongoing coaching rate. If I know someone's going from a challenge to ongoing coaching, I want to make sure that it's less for them to continue working with us. So we'll charge like 179 for a nutrition challenge and people move to 159 ongoing after that. All right. So that's kind of big picture with pricing and packaging. Most gyms pay their nutrition coaches between 44 and 50% of revenue coming in for the client list that they are working on. So if you have multiple nutrition coaches, they're keeping a record of what clients they're working with, how much revenue they're bringing in, and they get a percentage of that. Now, when I talk about building a professional program, and a lot of you guys said you're doing some nutrition coaching, and most gyms that I talk to, they say if they're doing it by themselves, they feel overwhelmed with 5 or 10 clients. How do some coaches manage 30, 40, 50 clients? It comes down to the systems that you have to be able to scale and grow and having the streamlined structure. Now, if we relate this to your gym, if you go to the 6 a.m. class and the 6:30 p.m. class, theoretically it should be the same warm up, the same workout, the same strength component, the same metabolic conditioning component, the same stimulus is talked about as like your whiteboard brief. Everyone knows, hey, this is about how many rounds you should get, this is how the workout should feel, and then there's a cool down. It's a structure. While not everyone's doing the same weight or everyone's doing the exact same skill, it might be scaled and modified, but there is a structure so that you can feel confident that everyone's getting a consistent experience. And I would venture to say that most gyms who are building nutrition programs do not have that same structure and level of professionalism in their nutrition coaching program. You can't build a nutrition coaching program on a fly with an informal conversation. While I will have to admit that I tried to do that when I started, it didn't yield to the best client experience. And ultimately, it made me chase around a lot of things trying to figure out what did I do between those in person visits. And there was a lot more back end work. When you have systems, you're going to be able to scale. So, what do those look like? Number one could be client resources instead of just writing down a piece of paper, something for clients to walk away with. Meeting templates are really big. So, how you're running initial consultations and follow up visits, what questions are being asked as the prompting questions. I recommend using a template as a guide, not a checklist. So, you're not just going down and asking those questions, but using it as more of a prompting tool to build that relationship and understand what the client is wanting and how you can best support them. Coaches need structure so that we can make sure that we're providing the most value for our clients. Many coaches that I've talked to struggle staying on time with nutrition consultations. They're like, Nicole, I don't know how I could get it under 2 hours. I promise you do not need a 2 hour consultation to provide a ton of value to clients. And after an hour, they're probably pretty overwhelmed and we can and give them enough support so that they can take action on just one thing. So having structure is going to really, really help you. The Healthy Steps Nutrition app is how we manage clients between those in person visits, tracking habits, the consistency of habits, having streamlined communication so clients aren't texting, Facebook messaging, emailing, and also value between those in person visits. We have over almost 1,000 videos now in the Healthy Steps Nutrition app that are related to nutrition, sleep, mindset, healthy recipes, kitchen tips. So every day there's a simple tip video going to clients. And you, as the coach, are working with the client to figure out what habit are they working on, building a plan around that habit, keeping them accountable to that habit, helping them navigate barriers. But there's value between those in person visits. You need a streamlined way to communicate with clients and see that are they doing the things that they said they were going to do, or were there some obstacles in the way? Every gym that is partnered with Healthy Steps Nutrition has access to the app so that you can streamline communication. And as a gym owner, you have quality assurance and you can see, are my coaches doing what they're supposed to be doing? Now, when I think about clients canceling a nutrition coaching membership, a lot of times it's because, hey, they're not being consistent or things are happening. Well, what if we were able to see that before a month has gone by? What if we're able to see, like, if we look at this middle photo here, all right, the first full week, this person wasn't consistent. What if on Friday we sent them a message, hey, Susie, I know it looked like you were having a little bit of a tough time staying consistent with X habit that you were working on, what was the barrier that came up so that we can navigate it and be more consistent moving forward? Wouldn't that be a better experience than week one not being consistent, not addressing it, and then week two not being consistent, then week three not being consistent, and then the program didn't work when in reality they had barriers that you weren't able to help them address? Tracking habits and consistency and providing accountability between in person visits is such a valuable way to increase engagement with clients and ultimately increase retention and results with your nutrition clients. All right, let's talk about finding the right fit. This is the make or break of a nutrition coaching program. And if you have a nutrition coaching program where you have an awesome coach, amazing, you should look at finding another one. You do not want one whole leg of your business revolving around one person. You need the right person, and not all coaches make great nutrition coaches. I had the opportunity to travel this year and speak at almost every single one of the CrossFit affiliate summits. And this is the thing that I drove in during every single talk, because this is the piece of the puzzle that holds gym owners back. That they find the person that's closest to them and they have them be the nutrition coach, but ultimately that person's not passionate about nutrition. And then it ends up not being a wildly successful program or having the impact that it could. And when you find a great person, amazing things can happen. This is Joy. She is a nutrition coach, but she wasn't always a nutrition coach. She was a member of BFit, CrossFit, and she was a nutrition client, saw really good results, and she was actually recruiting people to join the nutrition program long before she was a coach for the program. The owner, Rashawn, was the nutrition coach, and when she was ready to add another coach, Joy was the first person that came to mind. She is a joy to be around. She had seen really good results with the program. She was recruiting people. She was bought in. She wanted to pay it forward. It was the perfect fit for her to come on board to become a nutrition coach. Today, Joy has helped so many people. She's done an incredible job with this nutrition program. And it goes to show that sometimes you have to look outside of just your staff to come on board with your nutrition program. Now, I want to talk about who to look for when you are looking for a nutrition coach. Number one, you need someone that's in alignment with your nutrition philosophy. If you missed the beginning of this webinar, go back and listen when I post the recording to when we talked about the nutrition philosophy. We need to have someone that's in alignment with our nutrition philosophy. If you're focusing on a habit-based approach, you're not going to hire someone that's strict keto or strict macros for a nutrition coaching program. It's not in alignment. We need someone that's in alignment with our nutrition philosophy, someone that practices what they preach, walks the walk. They don't need to be perfectly an 8-pack, with their nutrition. Your nutrition coach doesn't need to be a chiseled out person. They just need to be relatable. They need to have the soft skills. When I think about the second quality, so the first one is in alignment with your nutrition philosophy. The second one is the soft skills. Go out to coffee with people that you think might be a good fit for your nutrition coach. How do you feel walking away? Do you feel lifted up, excited, like, man, I can't wait for another cup of coffee? Or do you feel like, man, that was draining? How do you think your clients are going to feel when they meet with that person? You want them to feel lifted up and be like, man, I can't wait to go meet with Joy again. I guarantee I've gotten an opportunity to connect with Joy in person, and I'm like, man, I want to connect with her more. That's how you want your clients to feel when they are meeting with their nutrition coach. And the third thing that you should be looking for is follow through. Do they do what they said they were going to do? And not all coaches have the best follow through. And you think about it, they don't necessarily need it, right? You coach at 6 a.m., you're done at 7 a.m., you move on. Well, nutrition coaching is the other 23 hours of the day, right? So if someone sends you a message, are you following up with them within 24 hours and responding to that message? No, that's going to decrease their confidence in you, your nutrition coach, and the program. We need someone that has really good follow through. If you have a nutrition program now and you have one coach, you need to find a second coach to support the role, because you do not want all of your eggs in one basket. I've seen this happen too many times. And it is honestly the reason why we've revamped the initial investment with HSN mentoring this year to include 2 coaches. So the initial investment with HSN mentoring actually includes 3 people, an owner plus 2 coaches. Why? Because I want people to build nutrition teams sooner for a few reasons. One, you don't want all of your eggs in one basket. And number 2, not all coaches are going to be passionate working with all types of nutrition clients. You might have Joy who loves working with busy moms, and you might have another coach who loves working with performance athletes. If Joy doesn't absolutely love working with performance athletes, why would we fill up her roster with that? Wouldn't we want to fill up the roster with people that she loves to serve? So ultimately, she's more fulfilled and then wants to be in your program longer. Talk to your coach, see how they are. Meeting with your nutrition coaches on a regular basis every month. How are you feeling compared to capacity? And starting to find another person to support the role. Look for people that are passionate about nutrition. Look, do they have the soft skills? Do they have the follow through? If you don't have anyone on staff, look within your nutrition coaching program. After you have an awesome nutrition coach or an awesome nutrition team, we need to get the rest of the staff on board. This is a drill that I like to talk about when I speak at events. If I were to line up all of your staff, if we were to imagine one giant line across your floor, and we lined up all of your staff and we had them put on noise canceling headphones, and I were to go up to each individual one and they couldn't hear what the previous person said. And I said, tell me about your nutrition program. What are the benefits? How do I get started? How will it help me? Would it be a consistent answer between every person every time? For most gym owners, the answer is no. And that's a problem, because if your clients are asking the coach on the front of the floor about the nutrition program and they don't know, it's going to decrease your client's confidence that your nutrition program will help them. But if they have a consistent answer every time it's getting brought up and it's getting brought up consistently, it's going to increase the confidence that your program is the right fit for them when they are ready. Not everyone is ready for nutrition on day one, but if you're consistent, then eventually they're going to be ready and you want to be there to help them. So have nutrition as the onboarding process, as a part of the training. Have it be as a part of the monthly meetings that you have with your staff. Create a client wins channel, how you communicate with your coaches. We use Slack at HSN, and we have a client wins channel so that our nutrition coaches can put stuff in there and then the other coaches can see. Not all of our dietitians are CrossFit coaches. So not all of our dietitians are going to be in the front of the floor and be able to draw attention to the clients that they're working with and let them share their stories. But the dietitians can put in the client wins channel, hey, Susie did really good with this, or this person hit this milestone. And then the coach on the floor can draw attention and let that person talk about it. There's no better person talking about your program than your clients that are doing amazing. Let them highlight how the program has helped them. You need your staff on the same page with your nutrition program. If you're just thinking now about launching a nutrition program, have your staff be test clients. Let them experience the program. You're able to talk about something so much more authentically when you've experienced it than trying to remember bullet points. If you're planning to launch a challenge in the new year, invite your staff to join the challenge so that they can experience the program, talk about it, and you think about that as a marketing expense for your business. Now, we talked about things that you need to do to get the business side set up. But in order for people to enroll in the program, they need to know about it. People need to hear things. I used to say 7 to 10 times. I bet it's way more than that now with all the stuff that we've got going on and all the stimulation. Is it obvious that you offer nutrition? Do people see nutrition consistently before they are coming into your facility? Do they know you offer nutrition before doing a free intro? If they don't, there's an opportunity for you to clarify your message and get better with that. How? Well, first, have nutrition on your website, not just a side page, but on the main page of your website. If you go to CrossFitHSN.com, that's our CrossFit website, you can see very obvious we offer nutrition and CrossFit. Under the nutrition tab, there's our nutrition coaching tab, healthy recipes. This is a push press site. We have a great partnership with them where all HSN mentoring clients have the templates ready to go who use push press grow, which has their websites. But you want to make it really obvious that your business offers nutrition. Put nutrition in your sales funnel. People love healthy recipes. Post healthy recipes, post nutrition tips. If you're like, Nicole, I don't know what I should talk about. I used to create a list, like in my notes section of my phone. When someone asked me a nutrition question, I put it in there. Here are a couple easy ones. What should I have before my workout? What should I have after my workout? What are easy on the go breakfast recipes? What's an easy dinner that I can make in less than 15 minutes? There's 4 different ideas for you that is 4 weeks of content for you to use on social media, email, write a blog, all of those different types of things. You need to be consistent talking about nutrition if you want people to associate nutrition health with you and your brand. Nutrition virtual seminars are another great strategy. Think about re-engaging people on your email list, also capturing new emails, similar to what we're doing today, right? You guys found this webinar and you're watching, providing some free help, and then you call people to action to take the next step with you. Whether it be book a discovery call, get to know them a little bit more one-on-one, see if your program is the right fit for them. I'm not trying to get everyone signed up with HSN that is trying to get nutrition coaching. I want someone that understands we focus on a habit based approach. We're going to provide accountability. We're not just going to give you supplements or give you a medication to help you lose weight. I want there to be clear expectations so that we're setting ourselves up for success and the client up for success. If you don't do this and you're just trying to enroll every single person, you're going to get unhappy clients. I'd rather invest more time on the front end to make sure, is this program the right fit for you and the right fit for us? And if not, great, I can refer you somewhere else that might be a better fit for you. Same thing with your gym. We don't do a ton of competitions. We're not a competitive gym. Our mission is to help people prevent and reverse chronic disease. The guy who came in last night, he's 65 years old. He's my ideal client, like borderline diabetic. He's got quite a bit of weight to lose. Like, I'm excited to be able to help him. I'm not trying to get the next 20-year-old to the games. That's not our gym. But there's another gym down the road that loves working with competitive athletes. I'm happy to send them there. Know who you're wanting to serve. Now, the website and social media is one piece of it, but then what does it look like in your physical location? Is it obvious that you offer nutrition? Like, imagine walking into your gym. This is what our gym looks like. That's a mural that we have on our wall, a neon sign that says health starts here. We've got the fitness pyramid, we've got nutrition, kind of mixed tiles. There's also a wall of success when you first walk into our gym. I purposely will give people a minute because the first thing that people do when they walk into our gym is they look at that wall. And I want them to find someone that looks like them, that has lost 50, 100 pounds, so that they can increase their confidence knowing that we can help them. Like, man, if you help that person, I bet you can help me too. You need to show those success stories. Now, we don't have like the before and after. Usually it's just a smiley, happy picture of them after and then what they lost and what they gained next to it. But you want to show those things. Now, we have those pictures when people first walk in. Some gyms that have partnered with us will do that where they do the free intros. People are nervous looking around, and then they're like, man, how do I get on that wall? Well, you do nutrition, fitness, and accountability. That's going to be the fastest way for us to help you reach results. Now, we've talked a lot about how to build a nutrition program, how to deliver a professional experience. But one of the things I want you to think about when you are building a nutrition program is, how are you prioritizing all the pillars in a holistic framework? It's not just about nutrition. It's not just about giving someone macros and having them meet them for the day. It's about addressing stress and sleep and support system. How are you doing that? How are you providing education and value between those in-person visits? When you focus on a holistic approach like this, your clients are going to see better results. It's going to increase retention, and ultimately, you're going to be able to make a greater impact. I want you to think for a minute and do a self-assessment here. Write down on the workbook 1 or 2 tips that you can take action today so that you can make nutrition a bigger priority in your message. What does it look like on your website? What about Google reviews? What about your social media? Even something as simple as the bio on your Instagram. Does it say nutrition coaching? We want nutrition to be so obvious. We don't want it to be a surprise when people come in that you're talking about nutrition. If you have a nutrition coaching program, which a lot of you said that you did, one actionable step would be go to those nutrition clients and ask them to write a Google review or update a current Google review that they have given you and talk about nutrition and accountability and how your program has helped them. I'll talk about a couple other tips. I promised you 3 tips to help increase engagement. Number 1, it comes down to consistency. How are you consistently talking about nutrition on a regular basis in front of your gym members? One of the things that we love to do is questions of the day related to nutrition. Think about those simple questions that I talked about before. Hey, what did you have for breakfast this morning? What's your favorite on the go protein option? Let a couple people answer and then give some simple tips. Hey, if you're looking for a simple on the go breakfast option, here's a good recipe for you. Post recipes in your workout tracking if you have the ability to put clickable links in there. Post simple tips. You need a face related to your nutrition program. We post some graphics on our social media. That's great. But ultimately, people buy from people. Even how big the Healthy Steps Nutrition social media channel is, the majority of people that sign up for our nutrition coaching program come through our personal accounts. There are people that I went to school with, that are friends, acquaintances, people that are in our community, whoever that has reached out to us because they know that we can help them with nutrition. They're not reaching out to the business. And we need a face related to nutrition. We need your nutrition coach posting nutrition tip videos so that you have a face behind your nutrition coaching program. People buy from people. The other thing that I would recommend that you do is build nutrition into your onboarding process. Now, at HSN HQ, I told you before we have the 12-week transformation program. So that's what our front end offer is for new people coming in. They have 3 personal training sessions, 3 one-on-one personal training sessions before going into group classes. Part of the programming for those personal training sessions is about nutrition. Part of the warm up or the cool down, we're talking about nutrition. Now, they're getting nutrition coaching from a nutrition coach, a registered dietitian still, but we're reinforcing that every time they come in. It's simple. You don't need a nutrition coach to say, hey, this is what the plate method looks like, and here's why you want to do it. Here's what you should have before and after your workouts. Here's a little bit about hydration and drinking water and making sure that we're not drinking excess sugar, which sugar sweetened beverages are the number one cause of excess sugar. So just helping people understand those things. Create it like programming, like you write out the workouts for your warm up. And if you don't have one-on-one or group sessions as part of the onboarding process, create a couple emails that get emailed out to people so they can see nutrition on a regular basis as they're onboarding into your gym. Now, I would recommend that whether they sign up for new individual nutrition coaching or not, that is part of the programming in the onboarding process. Ultimately, we have such an incredible opportunity to empower health, and people really need nutrition and fitness support paired with accountability to see really good results. This is Esnal. He is one of our members at CrossFit HSN. He was in the military, he stopped the military, he gained about 100 pounds. He came to us after going to an amusement park and sitting on a roller coaster and not being able to buckle that seat. So he had to get off of it. It was obviously really embarrassing for him, and he struggled with anxiety and depression, and he didn't feel comfortable in his skin because he had gained a ton of weight. He had done CrossFit in the military, took quite a long break, but he knew he wanted to get back into shape. He reached out to us. He sat down with us and told us, what he wanted. He wanted to lose a significant amount of weight. He had set an original goal of 65 pounds that he wanted to lose. And he told us all about, the struggles that he was having mentally, and he had been seeing a therapist, and he was on medication, and he signs up for nutrition and fitness. He loses 75 pounds, is a completely different person, no longer struggles with depression anymore. He goes to classes feeling really good, feeling really confident. He shared his story about his mental health struggles and how he was able to take control of his physical and mental health with the tools and resources that we had and we gave him through our nutrition and fitness coaching program. He ended up losing 75 pounds. I mean, that is incredible. And I share this story because we've had the opportunity to capture this story, and we've it's on our website and it's in email content. And likely someone who's coming into our gym has probably seen this story through the automated emails if they've opened them up. But how many of you have stories like that? How many of you have people that you've served that they've lost 50, 60 pounds, 40 pounds, whatever the case may be? They've got off medications, they're doing incredible things. Have you captured their stories? Have you shared their stories? Are you consistently sharing their stories? People need to see other people just like them that you've helped and you've served. And when we can capture those stories and put them out, it's going to help people understand how you can help them too. I hope that today you've been able to take away at least one thing. That was what I promised, at least one thing to help you prioritize health and nutrition inside of your gym. But if you're looking to save time and not reinvent the wheel when building a nutrition program, I would not take this opportunity lightly to at least tell you a little bit about how it works with HSN. This is actually from our live event this year. We host a live event every year in Nashville. And this is from the Gym Accelerator Summit. My goal for this event was really to bring gym owners together who are all prioritizing health, because I know that when we gather together, amazing things will happen. We'll be able to rise the tide together and ultimately leave inspired, ready to make a greater impact. So, what does it look like with HSN mentoring? So, what it looks like is we provide you all the business systems, the marketing support, the nutrition coaching certification. I wrote one of the CrossFit preferred nutrition courses, and that content is built into HSN mentoring. We go through launch, but then we also go through growth and expansion like employee wellness programs. So, everything that we've created is built and packaged for you to use. So, business systems look like meeting templates and evaluation rubrics, ongoing coach development so that you can deliver a professional experience. Marketing support, we give gyms everything in Canva so that you can brand it as your own. Nutrition tips, email content, video scripts to keep nutrition a priority in your message. Systems really comes down to the app to be able to manage all of your clients. And what it looks like with HSN is there's an initial training process that takes about 30 hours. Typically, people are done within 6 weeks, and then you're up and launching and running your program. The goal is that the day you graduate training is the day you see paying clients. So, initial training includes online modules, mentoring calls, and 6 weeks of coaching. We're the only program that includes coaching. I want you to experience the program from a client's perspective. There are two lenses that we do everything through HSN. Number one is the business lens. Am I setting the business up for success? And number two, the coaching confidence lens. So are your coaches feeling really confident? And we've worked with a lot of people that have gone through a lot of different online courses, and ultimately they all say the same thing. I don't feel confident because they went through an online course and they didn't have feedback. We provide a lot of feedback, a lot of mentoring to help coaches feel really confident. You get CEUs through HSN, a ton of them. There's 30 hours that you get initially and then 9 hours every 6 months. There's also a challenge intensive that we've created that is 7 hours, and the mental fit and mindset course is released for 7 hours as well. I'm going to get to all of your questions in just a minute, so we will be able to answer all those. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. This is what it would look like going through the HSN mentoring process. Each week, you go through some online modules. We have a call to help you dial in the details. If you move through faster, you have the calls a little bit faster. If you move through the online modules a little slower, then you move through a little bit slower. I will have to say that if you end up wanting to move forward and you book a free call, do that ASAP, because at the end of the year, well, on January 1st, we're increasing the price for HSN mentoring. So you can lock in the current 2023 prices if you sign up before January 1st. So by the end of the year, you also get a free ticket to our Gym Accelerator Summit if you sign up by the end of the year. This is April 18th to the 20th. Think about being in a room with every gym owner and coach really wanting to prioritize health inside of their gyms. We have a few keynote speakers, but then we have breakout sessions so you can learn more about what you're wanting to focus on. From a coach side, we have someone talking about hormone health, gut health. Mike McAllowitz, he is the author of Profit First. He is coming in and talking about building engaging teams. We have Dr. Christina Migliara talking about mental health. I'll be talking about employee wellness and a few other awesome topics. So it's going to be really fun. We'd love for you guys to be there. Technically, you do not have to be an HSN mentoring client. So if you're like, I don't know, you could totally buy a ticket to this. This is an incredible event. We'd love for you to be there. So what would it look to create a launch plan, knowing that there's only a couple weeks left of the end of the year going into the new year? So typically what we would recommend is launching with a challenge to get a good kickstart for the program. Get a lot of people talking with the goal of converting at least 50% of people to ongoing coaching. I like 6 weeks as a marketing timeline. So that would put us towards the end of January for launching a challenge. If you're not a CrossFit affiliate, you could easily launch in February too, if you wanted a little bit more time going through the initial training. Just wouldn't want to, I personally wouldn't want to run a challenge during the open. So if you do a lot for the open, I would say launching a challenge by January 29th would be kind of the last day so that you can wrap up by the open, or just running challenge after the open is over. Either way, revamping your intake process so that you're guiding new people to get started with nutrition and fitness. So let's talk about what that would look like. For existing members, if someone's doing my CrossFit gym program and they're just doing CrossFit and we're not running a challenge, they're wanting to do nutrition coaching. Typically what happens is people will ask me to do an in-body scan. I'm like, okay, no problem. So we sit down, do an in-body scan, and they're not seeing the results as fast as they want. Then we sign them up for 3 months of individual coaching. So technically it's the CrossFit membership plus the nutrition coaching membership, 3 months, and we charge $229 per month for 3 months, and then it goes into the $159 ongoing. So our hybrid membership is nutrition and fitness. For the 12-week transformation, it is one price, one package that's clumped together. But after those first 3 months, we do separate them. So it's a little bit easier if someone decides they don't want to continue with nutrition coaching and just continue with the fitness membership. So hope that makes sense for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questions. So type those in the chat. My goal today was for you to be able to walk away with one actionable step so that you can prioritize health and nutrition so that ultimately we can come together and make a greater impact and empower health in our communities. If you are looking to save time and not reinvent the wheel, HSN Mentoring has a turnkey solution for you, and we'd love to be able to help you. So book a free call today. I'm going to go ahead and put that link in the chat for you to book a free call. And now I'm going to open it up for questions. Perfect. Awesome. All right. So can you give some examples of hybrid memberships? So some people do hybrid memberships for group fitness and personal training. It's the same idea for nutrition and personal training, or nutrition and group fitness, taking two memberships and blending it so that it is a wellness membership. For the front end offer, like in our back end system, it technically is one price, one charge. Like the guy that signed up yesterday for the 12-week transformation package, he's being billed $399 per month for 3 months. After those 3 months, then it'll go into our CrossFit membership rate and the fitness or the nutrition coaching membership rate. So it'll be two separate memberships that are billed. For nutrition coaching for existing members, we just layer on the 3 months of nutrition coaching, which is why I was saying at the beginning, it's really important to figure out your nutrition only membership first, because if someone's CrossFit membership rate renews on the 1st, but they want to sign up for nutrition on the 15th, we want that nutrition membership to be billed on the 15th of every month or every 4 weeks, however you do the billing cycle for your gym. I see online someone just asked that you're listed as a NASM partner. So yes, we have CEUs through NASM and CrossFit. ISSA, haven't looked into that one yet, but if we have more people that are interested, then yeah, it's we could potentially look into that. That was a great question. I'll write that down. ISSA. We also have dietitians that have gotten our stuff approved for their CEUs as well. So that could be another option for you. Now, if you are thinking like, okay, I don't have one of my coaches, it doesn't have the capacity or the passion for nutrition. I'm not necessarily sure about my members. Look at nurses, teachers, social workers, someone who's been through their own transformation themselves. Likely one of those people might be a good fit to help support your nutrition program. I started traveling around to different CrossFit gyms a few years ago, and we went to some of the gyms that were just doing amazing with nutrition. And there was one theme. Almost every single one of the gyms had a social worker as a nutrition coach in their gym. It's just the skill set, the soft skills, everything that it takes to be a social worker. These people were amazing nutrition coaches. So look outside of your fitness coaches if you don't have someone that's a good fit. What other kind of questions do you guys have for me? Anything coming up? No? Nothing? Awesome. Well, I hope you guys all learned something today. How much time does it take? Okay, good. Oh, a couple more questions came in. Perfect. So, how much time does it take for a nutrition coach? So, for our program, we know it's about 2 hours the first month and about an hour every month after that for standard accountability nutrition coaching. The initial month for a new client takes a little bit longer. There's an initial assessment, then which is about 60 minutes, and then you have a follow-up visit which is about 30 minutes in person. Then you've got weekly check-ins taking about 5 minutes per week to do a weekly check-in. That's going to be like a video message that they're sending based on the app and looking at their consistency with habits. Now, that is with our program and how we've structured the systems. I will say that coaches that are not partnered with HSN spend way more time than that working with clients. And I can promise you, clients see really good results with that cadence and consistency if you have the systems in place. So, um, for us, it's about 2 hours the first month and about an hour every month after that is how much coaches are spending with clients for standard accountability. Now, higher accountability is about an hour more because they're doing weekly calls. Now, in the app, with Healthy Steps Nutrition, that let me go over the app a little bit more. So there's a few things that we use the app for. Number one, streamlined communication. Number two, tracking habits. So the key metric that we look at Healthy Steps Nutrition is habit tracking. Our clients being consistent with the habits, because if they're consistent, they're going to see results. So we can see in one easy calendar, are they doing the things they said they were going to do, or were there some obstacles in the way? The other thing that we use the app for is value between in-person visits. So we've spent an obscene amount of money on professional video content so that every single day there's a new video that pops up talking about nutrition, sleep, chronic disease, healthy recipes, kitchen tips, so that people can make health a way of life and connecting the dots on how they sleep influences nutrition and how they feel and all these things to ultimately become the best version of themselves, one healthy step at a time. Now, within the app, there's also a challenge feature. So if you're running a challenge, there's a challenge leaderboard where if people are checking off the habits, then they move up in the leaderboard. So that's a cool thing too, for people. So another question, we've run challenges and have to use a lot of different things. So yes, in the Healthy Steps Nutrition app, there's a group feature. So when you're running a challenge in with HSN, you have the group feature within the app. That's going to be where you're communicating with your clients. You'll subscribe them to the challenge program where that's providing daily videos, and then you have the challenge leaderboard where you can see, are they, who's doing the best with consistency of habits, and on the opposite end, who's not checking off the habits, and those are the people that you're going to personally reach out to try and get them engaged. So yes, if you are partnered with Healthy Steps Nutrition and in the mentoring program, everything is in the app for you to work with your clients. Perfect. Hope that answered your question. Any other questions that you guys have? So can other challenge leaderboard participants see the leaderboard? Yeah, so everyone in the challenge can see the leaderboard. You have to subscribe the people to the leaderboard. So let's say you have a nutrition client that is not doing the challenge, they're not going to see the leaderboard. This is a really good point. So if I have someone that is enrolled in my initial 3-month program, I typically do not have them go into the challenge. But for my ongoing clients that have been with us for 5+ years, I'll ask them if they want to be a part of the challenge. It technically is more expensive, but we give it to them at the ongoing coaching rate. Why? Because I want them to share the value of ongoing accountability after the challenge is over with our ongoing support so that they get more people wanting to do and curious about how ongoing coaching will help them. How do you succeed in signing people up for ongoing coaching after a challenge? Okay, First of all, you need to talk about what happens after the challenge before the challenge starts. So, hey, this is going to be the kickstart to your journey. How you structure those initial challenge meetings and the ending meetings is also vital to conversion to ongoing coaching. And we are going to prompt people in the app, in the group feature, talking about how the accountability and support has helped them and position the ongoing accountability and support to continue to help them. Also, we're going to know from that initial meeting what is their long-term goal. So a lot of people when they run challenges, and let's say you do a 28-day challenge, and if you're the what we found is best conversion to ongoing coaching happened in a 28-day challenge. Now, we run 6-week challenges with employee wellness. I think that's a different group of people. They're spending 8+ hours a day. There's a lot of engagement, but 28 days is a good amount of time for people to see some results, but then have the best conversion to ongoing coaching from what we found in all the gyms that we've partnered with. At least a 50% conversion is realistic if you follow the structure that we lay out. Initial challenge meetings are one-on-one and 20-minute meetings at the beginning and at the end. We have templates for all of these. So there's specific questions that you're asking to get people to understand what is your long-term goal and then the first milestone that we can reach during the 28 days, but you know what the North Star is after the 28 days for them to continue to work with you with ongoing coaching. We ran a challenge. So we ran one challenge. I don't even know if we'll run a challenge at HSN HQ in 2024, but we ran one in 2023 and we had every single person but one person convert to ongoing coaching with the last challenge that we ran. Literally the framework that we use at HSN HQ is what we give gyms and we practice. Um, I frame it, right? Like it's not a surprise. And what I will tell you is it wasn't always like that at HSN. I used to do the conveyor belt method where I would say, hey, come in between 10 and 12 to do measurements. And at 11:45, everyone shows up and it's so stressful. And then people are waiting and it's just not a good system, not a good experience for the person leading the challenge and for the people that are participating. It's not how you want to run it. You want it to be more structured. You want people to clearly understand the value of individual support and how you will continue to help them and be confident in that. And I will guarantee that people will see better results if they continue with ongoing coaching after a challenge is over because we're not dialing in their individual needs during a challenge. Everyone's working on the same things. Individual coaching is where the individual magic happens. So hopefully that helps you. Cool. Any other questions that are coming up for you guys? No? Awesome. Well, if you're looking to learn more about HS and mentoring, I'd love to help you guys. Click the link in the chat. Book a free call today, or if you're watching the recording, click the link below and we can get you on a free call and show you a little bit more of the platform and see if it's the right fit for you. Either way, please take these tips and implement them into your gym because we truly have such an incredible impact that we can make to empower health in our communities. And I can tell you from personal experiences, people aren't getting that in the general healthcare system. Like people are overwhelmed. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. They need a simple plan. And most importantly, they need someone to keep them accountable. And that person could be you or a coach in your business. So thank you guys for joining today. And I hope to connect with you in person soon. Bye, guys.